Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to my beloved lecturer Mr. Safwan. My name is Muhammad Zaki bin Mat Sharif and today we will be presenting about a viral issue in new media recently which involves a famous game developer named Hideo Kojima who was framed by a French politician for the assassination of Japanese Prime Minister. So, why and how did this even happen? A few days ago, on July 8, 2022, hours after the assassination of the former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, a famous video game developer named Hideo Kojima was reportedly accused of being the culprit behind the attack. What was a tasteless joke that was posted on the 4chan website was soon spread like a wildfire of misinformation that was started by a French far-right politician, Damien Rieu. The chronological timeline of the issue begins with a Twitter post by the French politician Damien Rieu, which hours after the death of Shinzo Abe, where he posted a tweet as well as photos of Hideo Kojima, accusing the game developer being the culprit behind the attack. Then, moments after the tweet, the confusion began as Mr. Damien, who took a tasteless joke posted on the 4chan website where the false information of Hideo originated. As mentioned in the politician tweet captioning "L'extreme gauche too," meaning the extreme left kills. The man, Hideo himself, knowing all the mess surrounding him at the time, decided to take legal action against those who contributed to the spread of fake news and rumors that convey false information about him and in general. Since everyone was so shocked to see that a famous game developer was somehow and somewhat involved in an assassination of a prime minister, the issue quickly went viral throughout the internet and social media. Twitter, being one of the early sample platforms and the origin of the misinformation, where a supposedly joke that was posted in 4chan was taken wrongly by the French politician, as he blatantly posted a tweet saying the extreme left kills with a photo of Hideo Kojima himself. Facebook is no exception. This issue quickly became trending on Facebook as it gets many attentions from various news pages and gaming communities involving Hideo's work and fans, as they were shocked to see that how can a game developer be involved in this kind of madness. Lastly, news outlets were also quick to jump on the issue and posted it on each of their websites such as BBC, along with other online communities like Insider and The Verge. Thank you very much, that's all from me. Next, I will pass the presentation to Ms. Shazrina.
Thank you so much, Zaki, for your presentation. I'll be taking over now. My name is Nursa Zinaizani binti Muhammad Zain, and I'll be touching upon the influencer and audience reactions towards the issue, as well as our personal thoughts and opinions on the situation. Now, the first influencer we have up is a tweet posted by YouTuber and Twitter user Yong Ye. The individual in question, having done in-depth research on the topic, showed evident disdain on how a figure of power could make such a mistake, as well as finding ironic humor on how this very situation was practically predicted in one of Kojima's games within the Metal Gear Solid series. He said, and I quote, "A distasteful 4chan post joking Shinzo Abe's assassin looks like Hideo Kojima, leading to a French politician misidentifying Kojima as Shinzo Abe's killer, and international news channel reporting this without doing basic research is pretty much the kind of dumb bleep Metal Gear Solid 2 predicted." The audience reaction, on the other hand, towards the influencer's opinion is that many users under Yongye's Twitter posts seems to echo his sentiments, most finding it shocking that a political figure would take such a joke seriously without fact-checking, as well as also finding the same ironic humor how the scenario portrayed in Kojima's games is happening to the creator in real life. The next influencer we have next is by journalist Shayan Sardarizadeh, who posted his report on the situation for the BBC news outlet The individual in question provided the origin of the misinformation, as well as he kept as well as keeping his followers updated on Kojima's response to the accusations. He said, and I quote, "Legendary video game developer Hideo Kojima has threatened to sue over a 4chan hoax post portraying him as Shinzo Abe's killer that went viral on social media." The audience reaction under the post consists of most of the response express confusion from users at how bizarre the situation is that seemingly came out of nowhere, whilst others expressed their support towards Kojima's decision to sue the perpetrators that spread the accusations. The final influencer that we have reacting to the situation is by writer Kyle Neubeck, who leaned into memeing the situation by praising Kojima in being able to accurately depict the incompetence of certain politicians in his games that were created 20 years ago. His post is filled with heavy sarcasm. His post is heavy with sarcasm, further emphasizing the ridiculousness of the situation. He said, and I quote, "Kojima made a game 20 plus years ago about the dangers of digital misinformation, only to get falsely accused of a high-profile murder. This accusation coming 3 years after another game he made basically predicted the pandemic experience. The best to ever do it." The audience reactions under the post signifies that most of his followers humored his post by also complimenting on how much of a genius Kojima was to be able to predict such scenarios, as well as practically predicting his future, and how the game developer was amazing at adding realism to his games. For our personal response, as ridiculous and mildly humorous as the situation is, we acknowledge at how detrimental this situation is if it were to happen to anyone else. Due to Kojima being a well-known figure within the gaming industry, he is able to clear his name with no issues. Therefore, misinformation, especially spread by such a powerful figure, is incredibly dangerous and should be taken seriously. That is all for my segment of the presentation. I will now pass on the presentation to Amir Arif. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Shazrina for an amazing explanation. So, my name is Amir Arif Bemadia, and I will proceed on presenting about overcoming the problem. As we all know, propaganda, misinformation, deep and cheap fakes, and other attempts at manipulation are prevalent on social media. It can be a very dangerous tool to be used against someone, organization, or anyone really. Because of that, a serious step must be taken to overcome this problem. So, how to overcome this situation? While you cannot stop this loop of false information, you can avoid becoming part of it. Always take a moment to fact check anything to avoid becoming part of the false rumors. So the first step, never share a post on social media without fact checking, because we don't know the post that we are sharing is true or not. The second one, don't discount the stories that play to emotions, but view them with caution. We must always be cautious on our posts. The next one, look for the sources, because we don't know either the source. We don't know either the stories or posts that we are reading and sharing is true or not. So we should have the sources. So for the last one is consider the story's agenda. So our hopes and suggestion, we certainly hope for people to not overtrust anything online. This because with so much free information online, it's easy to get distracted by all the false materials polluting the web. Have some doubt and find your own facts and sources. This is so important. Think critically, build a strong foundation to form a construct your opinions through facts and research. Keep your emotions from getting the best of you. I think that's all from me and my team. Thank you.